The sun rose over Addis Ababa, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. Amina stirred from her sleep, a sense of purpose filling her. Today was a special day. Her beloved grandmother Ayana was turning 80. A grand celebration was in order, a testament to a life well lived and a lineage rich with tradition. And at the heart of this celebration would be Injera, the soul of Ethiopian cuisine. Amina had grown up watching her mother and grandmother skillfully prepare this staple, their hands moving with practiced ease. Today, it was her turn to carry on this culinary heritage, to honor her grandmother by preparing a feast worthy of a queen. Amina's heart swelled with love and anticipation. She could almost hear the echoes of her grandmother's laughter, the joyous chatter of family and friends. With a deep breath, Amina set about her mission. The Shiro Meda marketplace pulsed with life. A kaleidoscope of colors assaulted Amina's senses as she navigated the crowded stalls. Crimson-red Berber peppers, fiery and fragrant, sat in woven baskets. Turmeric, its golden hue promising warmth, beckoned with its earthy aroma. Vendors hawked their wares, their voices a melodic hum against the backdrop of bartering and laughter. Amina stopped by her regular spice vendor, inhaling the intoxicating aroma of freshly roasted coffee beans. She carefully selected the finest teff flour, the base of her injera, feeling its grainy texture between her fingers. With her basket laden with fresh ingredients, Amina made her way back home, the sounds of the marketplace fading behind her. The real work was about to begin. The making of injera was a labor of love, a ritual passed down through generations. Amina carefully measured the teff flour, her grandmother's voice echoing in her ear. "Patience, Amina, patience is the key." She mixed the flour with water, her hands working instinctively, creating a smooth, flowing batter. This was not just any bread, it was injera, a legacy in every bite. Amina poured a thin layer onto the hot clay griddle, the edges bubbling slightly as it cooked. With a practiced hand, she created the signature porous texture, perfect for soaking up the rich flavors of the wats, or stews, that would accompany the injera. As each injera cooked to perfection, Amina carefully stacked them, anticipation building within her. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across Addis Ababa, Amina's home transformed into a hub of joyous chaos. Relatives poured in, their faces alight with smiles and greetings. Children's laughter filled the air, their tiny feet pounding the floor in excitement. The table, draped in a hand-woven cloth, groaned under the weight of the feast. Spicy Doro Wat, a rich chicken stew, sat alongside Mr. Wat, a lentil stew with a fiery kick. And at the center of it all was Amina's labor of love. Stacks of steaming injera, their aroma filling every corner of the room. With her grandmother at the head of the table, her eyes twinkling with love and pride, the family gathered. They ate with their hands, tearing pieces of injera to scoop up the flavorful stews, sharing stories and laughter. As the evening wore on, and the chatter died down to contented murmurs, Amina reflected on the significance of the day. Food, she realized, was more than just sustenance in Ethiopia. It was the very fabric of their culture, a tangible expression of their history, values, and traditions. Injera, in particular, held a special place in their hearts. It was the common thread that ran through their celebrations and their sorrows, the food they shared with loved ones and strangers alike. Amina thought of the countless generations who had come before her, their hands kneading the same dough, their hearts filled with the same love and sense of tradition. Food, Amina realized, was a powerful storyteller. And as long as there was injera on the table, there would always be a place for her, a place where she truly belonged. Later that evening, as the moon cast its silvery glow over Addis Ababa, Amina sat beside her grandmother. The day's festivities had drawn to a close, leaving behind a sense of contentment and quiet joy. Amina took her grandmother's frail hand in hers, feeling the warmth of her touch. "Grandma," she said softly, "thank you for teaching me the art of making injera. It's more than just a recipe, it's a legacy." Her grandmother smiled, her eyes crinkling at the corners. Amina made a silent promise to herself, a vow to carry on the legacy of her ancestors, to keep the spirit of Ethiopia alive in every bite of injera she made. As long as there were hands to knead the dough, hearts to share the meals, and stories to pass down through generations, the spirit of Injera, the soul of Ethiopia, would continue to nourish them all.